Up guys, so it is MSL's second year anniversary coming up, and for that they are giving us Mini Tina. Now we all have feelings about Mini Tina because she takes her gold and doesn't really give us anything, but we do have a nice little representation of Tina. They did a great job with the artwork and with the model. It's very cute, our Chibi Tina. So you get to be reminded of how much gold you waste as you use her. But so she's going to be a spawn drop in our story mode. So you can farm the mini light Tina. The dark one is going to be set up as a fusion. They also have added a SEIRA event to help with people who were not playing last year, or who did not get the dark SEIRA. So it looks like you will have a chance to fuse dark SEIRA in addition to dark Tina. And yeah, and it looks like I think that the Tinas are overall in line with last year's, where these are heavily farming monsters. And we're going to take a look at the skill sets and things like that. But right now we've got the pre-festival going on, so make sure you get your tickets for that. The pre-festival is very short for this event, so I don't think we'll get very many, have a chance of getting very many of the exotics through the festival tickets, because I don't think we're gonna get that many of them. So make sure you definitely get the ones that are available. Now the mini Tina package, so it is available for purchase with Astro Gems, which is actually really generous of 433, since they've kind of moved toward the cash based system. You can purchase it with Astro Gems, which are farmable. The problem is we just kind of came off of a clan fest, so a lot of people are pretty low on gems. And I do think you should save up right now, because it might take a lot to get enough to both fuse and Evo 3 both light and dark. So I don't think it's a good idea to purchase the package just yet. You want to wait until close to the end of the festival, when you have an idea of how many you're going to need. So as you guys can see, let's get into the actual monster. So the mini SEIRAs, they are very geared, highly toward farming. And they've kind of done the split, kind of like they did with the dark, where the dark is kind of the bad version, but they call her Greedy Tina, but we all know which Tina actually handles our Astro Gems. So I kind of think the storyline should be switched, but it's kind of funny with how they worded the Tinas. But I kind of think the light one is actually the bad one. But if you look at the story, that's kind of they've obviously typecast the dark Tina. But aside from that, the models look great. I think in terms of color, for the dark Tina, I actually like the dark one more. But let's talk about skill sets, guys. So in terms of the light Tina, she's a group moral booster, and kind of counter to the other group moral boosters that that are kind of generally thought of in the game. And I don't remember every monster in the game and when their skill sets. I'm not like a database of skill sets, but the similar monsters that I naturally think of when I think of a group moral boosters tend to be the light succubus and then the dark sparket. And the mini Tina and the Gemsmith Tina actually differs from those two in that she is obviously geared toward being a kind of an attack booster, or a story, I should say, more of a farming booster, because she is an attacker. It doesn't look like she should be, and her second skill is an elemental edge, whereas for the other two it's much more support skills. So they would see more general use, ideally in something like PvP, where you need to be very tanky, or you need the status effects. Versus the Tina, now you can use all these monsters as you see fit, and it might be different than what I'm describing here, but this is kind of like general use and general thought. But the mini Tina, the mini light Tina, is an attacker, and I think what she's there for is to kind of give this little bit of extra boost for your farming team. So sometimes if you do have a siphon set on your farming teams and you're not running, say, something like the Fire Efreet, who has probably the best or one of the best farming skills in the game. You know, if you're not running him, even sometimes when you run him, you come up just a little bit short with your siphon set, and so she would be there to kind of help boost those monsters. And she's also a good attacker on her own to kind of help kill off waves or one extra monster while she's giving that little bit of boost to your primary farmers. So that is the Light Tina, and her skill sets, even though she's a group moral booster, are much more in line with the SEIRA, 2 SEIRAs we saw last year. Even though they're in their own right farmers, the Light Tina is more of a group support farmer aid, I would say. Now, Dark Tina is the key, guys. So Dark Tina is going to be the new, I think, will be the new accessible farming meta. And that is just because she is obtainable right now. And also, if you look at her stats, so her attack is very close to the Dark Gatito. And she's got a very similar skill set. She's got a better moral boost than the Dark Gatito. Now she's probably an AoE attacker, which is why she's a farmer, and so she's not going to have you know, the same amount of damage as the Dark Gatito will, because he does get an additional multiplier because he's a single turn attacker. But if you think about her skill set, she is more in line with our very OP Dark Moonflower. While her first skill set is different, she does have more attack than the Dark Moonflower, and she has the same hunter skill, slightly lower with the 40% hunter as opposed to the 50, with the 40% hunter as opposed to the 50% hunter, but that's okay because she's meant to be a farmer. So she does have her skill sets are more in line with the Dark Mona, but much better than the Dark Mona. So guys, Dark Tina is super OP, especially as a farmer, or as an AoE kill everything type of monster, wherever you want to use that type of monster. Some people do like to run very high attack based PvP teams, and you know, she's now an option for that. So yeah, guys, Dark Tina is going to be super OP. Make sure you do everything you can to farm one. I did farming videos for SEIRAs last year. I'm going to try and do that again for Tina. And yeah, so I hope you're looking forward to that. Let me know what you think in the comments about this new event. Are you excited? Are you stressed out because of what they did to you guys in the SEIRA event last year? Just let me know. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Also, I think there's something called notifications in YouTube. So, you know, I do post sporadically. So if you want to know, definitely know when I post videos, then make sure you turn on notifications. And yeah, so subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next video.